Welcome to another Field of Glory 2 medieval battle. In this one of a paired match against Jugger, I have the Irish against his Polish with the Baltic Tribes allies. Now it's kind of a weird matchup, along with some weird snail dudes and jousting rabbits. But the reason I'm setting this up is that this Irish list has been doing surprisingly well in the games I've played, and I've tried to find a list that can counter it effectively, and I think maybe that's the Poles with Baltic allies. So the reason for that is that the Irish list has cheap light spear cavalry, superior unprotected heavy weapon, so they're unprotected, which is bad, and they're medium foot, which is somewhat dangerous for cohesion checks in the open, but they're very cheap at 45. Irish foot are even cheaper at 33, just the average version. Kerns are your irregular foot, and a acceptable light swing, light archers, slingers, 2 of each, and a swarm of light jabs. So the Polish list can get knights, which is great, but it can also get cheaper cavalry. The Baltic allies provide impact foot, which could be very effective against our heavy weapon infantry. Defensive spearmen will be down 100 POA charging against our heavy weapons, but even if standing on the defensive, I probably wouldn't bring these. Crossbowmen are effective against armored troops, so probably not something to bring. However, massed archers will be pretty effective against the unarmored Irish foot, as would the swarm of light archers and slingers. Again, the crossbowmen probably would not be a great choice. So, we've got these hills, which is nice, but we probably won't be able to just sit on them, so instead I think we need to invest in cavalry, max out our superior foot, and then decide how much of a balance we want between lights and a swarm of unarmored medium foot. Okay, so in the end, we max our cavalry, 2 on this wing because there's a lot of rough ground, 4 on this wing, lots of open ground, 1 reserve in the center. Our picked Irish foot are maxed out as well, the center of the line. We grabbed 4 additional Irish foot for a total of 8 to extend the line, so we can keep our mandatory 4 units of Kerns in reserve. We did grab the 2 light slingers, the 2 light archers, and 2 additional light javelin men for a total skirmisher line of 8. Alright, seize force comp and deployment. Infantry center, knights, and knights. Okay. We'll stretch out a bit. And I suppose prepare to push into this rough ground. I'll want, what? Maybe 2 units of lights in the center, just countering his lights so they can't shoot at our unprotected heavy foot. Push these 3 towards the rough. And do I want to advance into this or hold my hill? I think I'll be brave or foolish. It's just a friendly match after all. In the meantime, we'll try to stretch out our cavalry. Very good. Next turn. Probably want to push this cavalry into the rough ground for cover against knights. Let's start. Probably I'm going to end up wanting this unit on the right wing, but let's hold back for the moment. Next turn. Yeah, these light crossbowmen are just horrible at shooting at lights. And in fact, even the crossbowmen, which are generally a great unit, are not very effective at it either. Great, so push towards that rough ground, and we will send our lights to assist in that. And forward. Good. Can ignore this crossbow fire, really. We want to at least attempt to threaten the knights. Alright. Next turn. If a big enough gap opens up here, I might be able to take some advantage. Oh, sure, I'll take the bait. Why not? Good. If we can just use these 3 units to keep 3 units of knights distracted, that's a huge win for us. Very good. Just hover. Good. Now the dangerous part, which is getting close to this Baltic impact foot. And into the rough with our noble cavalry. And now's probably the time to start at least threatening to put the pressure on this infantry line. and send still more cavalry off that direction. Okay, so hopefully we can keep at least half his knights distracted. Next turn. Impact. Oh, what a shame. Impact again. Oh no. Maybe I have found a good counter list. Okay, so he started ignoring my noble cavalry, so we need to start looping around behind. A little trick of the trade here. We do that, then we have to path around and get a full fire arc. Bit cheesy. Oh no, we're gonna lose this unit now. Goodbye then. Let's try to get behind here. Terrible impact again. Damn, I was hoping to work our way into a flank attack there. Should probably see if we get pushed back here first. Take cover in the rough. And then how badly do these go? Well, that was lucky. That's more in the vein of what I was expecting. Well, why don't we take advantage? This unit is pretty much doomed. So charge these defensive spearmen. Then if the knights charge, we'll flank. Shove them off. Into the crossbows? Not yet. This is just horrendous, really. It's just awful. Lucked out that time. Into the rough. Into the rough if possible. Be annoying. And harass these knights. Threaten to hit in the rear, but stay in the rough still. Alright, you guys, do we risk it? Seems horrible. Let's do it. No. What about from this side? Alright, luck of the dice. Did it that time. Put some pressure on these knights. Goodbye to our noble cavalry. Difficult start, but it's hardly hopeless. Next turn, I just heard a rally horn on some lights, not a big deal. Yeah, that was expected. Luckily, we were able to disengage. I'll get into why after the turn replay is done. Impact charge. Lucked out. Oof. Held firm at least. Yeah, that's too bad. What does it do? Fragged. Ouch. Too bad. That means we'll have to brave impact again. Okay, so the reason we were able to fall back here, normally non-shock cavalry, so light spear or missile cavalry charged by shock cavalry, so lancers or knightly lancers, cannot disengage. But we had originally initiated the whole combat by charging the axemen, so we were still marked as the attacker, and if non-shock cavalry charge shock cavalry, then they can fall back if they lose. So we were marked as the attacker overall, so we were able to fall back from the combat. Which means we can try to get a frag in here. Yes, please. And then maybe go for a break. Not quite, but now we can at least evade. So there's that. Put some pressure on these knights. Threaten a flank. And let's see how this goes. Disrupted, so we'll charge in because the impact is just mediocre and the melee is very good. Turn and face. Let's get in. Good. And we will charge. Get that plus 50 POA guaranteed so we don't suffer the horrible impact malice. Held firm, held firm. That's a shame, but we will charge the knights in the flank again, avoiding the impact of their knightly lances and disrupting them. So here, armor advantage plus 50, even though normally their armor advantage would give them up to 100. And we are unprotected. So unprotected swordsmen would be at minus 100, but being heavy weapon, we negate 50 of their armor advantage. Charge these crossbowmen. Very good. And here, as you can see, the enemy gets no armor advantage just by being protected versus unprotected, which would ordinarily give 25 BOA. Let's continue to work on damaging the knights and charge. They evade. We get a flank charge on the knights, which opens up an automatic cohesion drop. Then we're going to charge the mounted crossbowmen who evade, and then we break the fragged knights, carry on the charge, and hit the evading cavalry again. You'll love to see it. Alright, get into the rough to disorder the knights and get out of their charge arc. This melee is not going to be very pretty. We do okay. Island hop to the next patch of rough, and get these light archers over to engage these knights next. These guys just have to hope to rally up soon. In the meantime, we're going to position for a flank charge and hope we rally to disrupt it. Hold here. Oh yes. You all. Turn. And yeah, ignore the lights. Now if I charge here, then I'll get flanked. If I sit here, I'll get shot. So what I'm going to do is take our commander off of this unit and put him on Yeah, this unit to speed up this melee. And we'll just sit here and hopefully evade out of danger. Sure, put some pressure on. Okay. Going pretty well so far. This was just spectacular. I'm very pleased with that result, even though being highly superior, or just superior, but still, and generaled up, they may well rally up. At least they're out of the action for the moment. Next turn. Yep, that's fine. That's scary as hell. Oh, good. Even better. And even better. When we follow up, we'll be exposed to a charge by generaled up picked Baltic foot. Nothing much we can do about that, though. Okay, well, it's going well overall. Keep these knights distracted, and keep these knights distracted. Then what? In fact, let's pick at them. Should be suitably irritating. Oh, I like that. Alright. Let's make our way... Actually, we don't even have to make our way. We can just charge right now. Frag, delightful. Push on. Let's actually rear charge these knights. And then threaten a flank, which should force him to turn these picked Baltic foot away from us, which I would like very much. Good. Oh, this is just going to be a massive chain rout. Damn. Alright, force a break. And hack him down. No? Try again. I was hoping to frag and then break. Now what I need to consider is that worth it? Normally I would say no, but we're in a bit of a rush here with bad things on the way and the left. Good. Worked out. Break. Then zone in. Actually, do I do that or do I just disrupt? Yeah, let's just disrupt the infantry. This is probably gonna collapse. Next turn, so that means we can set up one more flank. Zone in these knights. Start picking at them. It's a waste of ammo, but we still got 3 more rounds of ammo, and I think the main thing is to keep those knights distracted and not worry so much about actually killing them. Okay. Up 25-0. It's looking good. Next turn. Oh. Right. I guess we'll have to auto-break those knights. Maybe we'll get auto-dropped ourselves first, unfortunately. Ooh. Uh-oh. Held firm, lucky us. That could do some good work. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. That's just spectacular. So, yeah, 36-point double cavalry. Just breaking, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 units in a row? So, definitely worth the low investment. But other than that, let's break this down. So, for one thing, this knight and this knight really accomplished nothing. They cost, what, 74 points, I want to say? So that's 148 points out of 1200. Not doing much. Each chasing down half their point value in cavalry. I did have some light support in here as well, of course, but that wasn't the entire time. Impact Foot was very scary and did get breaks on my line, but I did put the picked Irish Foot in the center to try to deaden that. And I could get 7 picked Irish Foot to only 2 picked Baltic Foot. And on the wings, we hit our cavalry in the rough, where they were moderately disordered, where knights would be severely disordered, so they had to veer off, with skirmisher support to shoot anyone else that came nearby. So we probably were gonna win in the center. It's a bit hard to tell. This is bad, and this unit would have got flanked, and that's bad. But we definitely won on the wings. I mean, had this gone on, look at this position. Unit behind, flank, flank, and charge in the rear. Not an auto drop, but still, that is the impact and they're already disrupted. Turn in zone of control lock, shoot with stationary shooting bonus, bring up the light jabs too, and again, shooting these knights who are pinned and would be severely disordered charging into the rough, so they're screwed, basically. Yeah, I do think I had an easier time of it playing as the Polish in the mirror match, but I did also come down to not entirely suitable terrain in this match as the Irish. Maybe if I was trying to play competitively in a tournament situation against similarly ranked players, the thing to do would have been to hang out here. But the downside of that would have been a constricted position, and a constricted position means more chain breaks, more cohesion checks, and more opportunity to get wrapped around by a more linear deployment. spreading out would have been spreading out into the flat anyway, and wouldn't have been that much different. So, a good game to Jugger. Till next time.